They say walk in your truth and not in your shadows. They also tell you you're too much, making you feel like a burden, but they always want you to speak up for what isn't spoken. Unspoken truth, hiding behind an unspoken poet, unspoken stories, never get told by unspoken words. Yo, what's good? It's your girl, Becky the Pod. Welcome to my podcast, Unspoken Words. Today is a good day. You know why? Because we have a special guest here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you know who the special guest is because you've seen him before on the show. But if you're listening, you don't know who it is just yet. So we're going to go ahead and introduce founder of Cosign, portable grill service man, a father that does many things for his daughter, KG.
Hey, yes, it's me, KG, founder of Cosign, and I do marketing for Katie's Custom Jewelry, and I am a dad, like Becky said.
So I remember when you first started off Cosign and we first had this podcast, you talked about how you worked with your cousin, who is the founder of Katie Custom.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, Katie.
And then you, how does it feel right now to work for him, and then now you're doing marketing for him?
So full circle moment. Katie is my cousin. He actually got me into like the whole entertainment entrepreneurship at a very young age because I got in some trouble, and he was like, "Look, man, you can work with me on doing grills and custom jewelry, and that's a way for you to make money and kind of figure out what you want to do." So I did that. It was extremely lucrative at a young age, and then I kind of found my path. I want to do something else. So with COVID, kind of had to pivot. You know what I'm saying? I was in a point where I was trying to figure out what to do with Cosign.
Right.
Really didn't know where I want to take it. And I've always invested in Katie. I've invested in Katie, and Katie's invested in me. So it's like, whatever he does, I'm a part of. Whatever I do, he's a part of. And he was like, "Bro, you ever thought about coming back to doing jewelry?" And I'm like, "Man, I got nothing but time right now."
Yeah.
So he's more of the face of it, and
right.
I'm kind of more behind the scenes, just getting
right.
getting the stuff done, and helping with marketing. So it's kind of cool to get back and doing.
I will
jewelry.
say your lookbook, your grill book. What do you call it?
It was a video lookbook.
It was really dope.
Thank you.
I will say I felt like you picked the right people. The energy was amazing.
It worked out. Shout out to everybody who's a part of it.
I will say it's so interesting because we have fashion lookbooks, we have suit lookbooks, right? Who would have thought you would create a grill lookbook?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you where the idea came from. So we have a shop in Arlington right across from the Cowboy Stadium.
Right.
People always come up there and ask me, y'all got a book I could look at for grills? And I'm like, nah, I go on our Instagram, or I'm like, man, just go on Google and Google grills. Whatever you see on there, we can do.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm kind of getting tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, okay. And then they're just sitting there scrolling, and I'm just sitting there waiting on looking at them. So I'm like, bro, like, it'd be cool to have like a video lookbook. And not only to show like different styles of grills, but show different people wearing them and how they dress, and just different styles in general, so people don't feel like grills are one-sided
or just like Paul Wall side, right?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So just try to differentiate them, get people like a different outlook on grills.
I've been interested in getting one, but I will say this: if I get one, it's gonna have to be unique. But I'm really probably not there yet. It's like a tattoo. You just you want one, but it has to be like really dope. Because I was just listening to people talking about anime tattoos and how they want to get one that's like, if it's like animated, it has to be really, really special. It just can't be like some Scooby-Doo. Like it has to be something dope,
No, for sure.
So I was like, man, that sounds like a good idea. Like I want a grill. And then people were looking at me like, you want a grill? And I was like, yeah, but it's so funny because when you have a grill on, it just changes your personality. It's like, like you do got that Paul Wall like energy. I'll tell you that. If you have a grill on.
It's cool. I was gonna wear my grill for this interview, but I was like,
you thought he was gonna blind the cameras and the viewers?
I didn't want to do all that. They want to do all the diamonds hitting all the cameras and stuff. So
well, you guys don't do just grills, right? You guys do jewelry too.
Yeah, we do custom jewelry. So this is why I got this Cosign piece. If y'all guys can see it,
it's heavy.
I got this. So basically for branding. You know what I'm saying? Because people see it and like, that's dope. Where'd you get it from? I'm like, hey, I do jewelry. I made it. So
a conversation starter.
Exactly. And I'm saying it's for my brand. So it's marketing.
So we're walking into the new year, into 2021.
2021.
2020 was a very crazy year.
Definitely crazy.
I want to ask you, the talk of the year every time, is the Cosign Awards.
Okay.
People talk about I'm finna be next. I remember Ziggy.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I'm coming for your title. I was like, all right, cool. And so I know we're into the new year, but the Cosign Awards, we probably had some changes, right? How did you go about adjusting to having to migrate from the awards to maybe probably shifting it to the 2021?
Well, some fortunate events happened in October. Right when I announced like the nominations, I caught COVID, so it took me out for the complete month of October. And then our editor-in-chief, Chris P, he took the month of October off to travel.
Right.
So between him and I, like, it was a really rough time for Cosign. So I really couldn't plan anything with being sick. We were supposed to partner with Geek Leaks or Exposure to like the virtual production.
Right, because they have a new spot now, right?
Exactly. But with me taking a whole month out, man, it just pushed everything back. And then I'm more of a quality over quantity type of person.
Right.
So I'm like, if I can't do it correctly, I don't want to half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just throw an event together or throw this production together and just be like, all right, here's the winners. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like how you take the time to think about how, like, what people will perceive it as. I will say, doing this podcasting stuff, there's been times when it's been a lot of last minutes, like before, and so over time you get better at learning of how to plan, how to budget, and how to just make sure everything cohesively falls together instead of having to like do random stuff last minute.
Definitely.
And like, people don't think about it, but 1 month is last minute. You know, and that's why I learned from you and watching like people in Dallas and your circle of how like doing quarters, right? First quarter, second quarter, which is, I guess, like right now we can walk into the last quarters and people should have already planned for quarter one of the new year.
It should be on Q1 for sure.
Which is really, I feel like something hard to do because you celebrate your year that it's over, whether in 2020 you had a great year or not so great and you want to do better. But I feel like we struggle with planning realistic goals.
Right.
And also at the same time we see, because every year we want to elevate, right? But how much can you elevate?
Yeah, I think it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like how much work you put in. And I realized, as cliche as it is, but consistency is really key. You know what I'm saying? Like the more you do something repetitively, people will know you for it, and then it'll spread like wildfire, you know what I'm saying, on its own organically. It's the times where we take breaks or people pause, which is okay to take breaks. I took a break, but it's like those times where you may lose your momentum, so then you got to work twice as hard just to kind of get back to where you were before you took that break. You know what I'm saying? So for us at Cosign, we're taking October off. Really was something new for us. You know what I'm saying?
You probably never really actually took time off.
Yeah, we never done that, and it pushed everything back. So ideas we've had for issues to release, we had to push that back. So everything we have pretty much planned for Q4 of 2020 is pushed to Q1 for 2021. Right. So all of our ideas that you'll see coming up is stuff that we've been had planned for last quarter, but due to those unfortunate events, we just had to pivot.
Do you believe that break was a blessing, maybe a blessing in disguise, that maybe you didn't even know that you needed it?
Oh, definitely. I needed a break, man. I was driving myself crazy. I'm guilty of sometimes comparing myself to other companies, other brands. Like, man, like I know we're doing okay, but how come we're not at that level?
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? How come we don't have this many followers? And taking that break made me realize, man, it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? What really matters is the value that we provide as Cosign. We're known for quality, so that's another reason why I decided not to do it, because I'm like, man, I could have done it, but you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't a quality, that's not like the Cosign brand, right? So everything we do, we want to stay on brand. So that taking that month off kind of gave me a chance to rest, and also gave me an opportunity to kind of go back to the basics. We were doing a lot, throwing events for this and that. And I had to realize, Cosign isn't an event company, it's a media brand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going back to the basics, strictly focusing on 1,000 cosigns, dropping 2 issues a month, and doing a whole bunch of video interviews. So we're just going to flood with content.
I will say, I always like to go back to square one when it comes down to things, or you feel like uneasy about your brand right now. Right. I know, like my first season is like the hardest season to listen to, but I also learned a lot from that, because I know that even though I was nervous, or sometimes like me and my guests we didn't mesh at one point in time and stuff. Right. but I'm learning a lot more about it because right now I'm learning the business side of things, which is something that we don't see or don't do.
Gotta have your back end right.
Right. And it's just one thing, like I feel like I've seen Cosign grow. Like now it's like people are like, yo, I want to be in the awards. Like, how did you get there? You know? And that's the question every time, like when I hop on another podcast or anything, they're like, yo, how did it feel? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, honestly, I didn't even think I had a chance because there were some great people out there, you know?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it feels like the Podcast of the Year award is one of the highest achievement, like not highest achievement, but it's like one of the awards that everybody looks forward to.
Right.
I hear about that one the most.
Yeah.
Podcast, like, bro, how could I get nominated for the podcast one?
Because you are Cosign, you are a media brand.
Yeah.
Podcasting is a great new branding strategy. Right. You hop on this podcast so people can know who you are, and you probably have 30 or 40 or 100 people listening to you. You're like, oh, now you have people who know who KG is or who know who Becky the Poet is, you know? So it's a very good marketing thing. I feel like it's overlooked sometimes.
Right.
Because, but I think people think podcasting is just something that you can just whip together and, you know, we can be the Read, right?
I try.
Yeah. And I will say, I watch like The Read, I watch Joe Budden and all this stuff, and the growth is amazing. Yeah. But I will say it's nice to know that we have different types of podcasts out there.
Definitely.
Like there's a podcast about just people reading inspirational quotes.
Yeah, this is a podcast for everything. So it's like whatever you're into, there's a podcast for it, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? That way you can feed your interests and your hobbies. So
I will say during this time, the pandemic, you started your own podcast.
Yeah, I did. And it's going okay. I feel like it's early on, right? So it's like, man, I have to find my voice, my stride. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of podcasts I like, you know, they're different realms. So it's like, I got to figure out what works for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what I can do to get the best out of my guests. So what I'm trying to do is get away from the more interview style, right? Because it is called Cosign Conversations.
Right.
So I'm trying to get more into the conversation aspect of it, of just talking to guests. So I think where I may have failed in the past, well, not have failed, but maybe,
fail.
Yeah, let me not say failed.
It was trial.
But where I have maybe not done my best is that coming up with conversation topics. You know what I'm saying? Because even though it's called Cosign Conversations, I'm still doing a lot more interview style.
And I think it depends on the person too. Like for example, like you and I were friends, so like it's a lot easier for us to piggyback off each other. Right. As for if I didn't know this, like the next person, you kind of have to feel them out, and you're gonna have to interview them like style, like for the first probably 5 minutes, and then hopefully
they open up.
The wine just hits them at the right time.
Yeah.
But I will say I've seen a lot of growth in your brand and all that you've done. So now that you're recovered for 2020, what goals do you have in 2021? It doesn't have to pertain to Cosign. It could just pertain to anything, but give us 3 goals that you plan on accomplishing in 2021.
Okay. Number 1 is I'm trying to have a summer body. Okay. Dead serious. You know what I'm saying? I work out a lot. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some real results. Like I've lost weight, but now it's time, you know what I'm saying, to get my Tay Diggs when he was at his peak. You know what I'm saying? I
saw you working out with Poke Fit.
Yeah, he's
That's
a beast.
A whole new level.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I cry every time during his workout.
Yeah, he's a beast. So, you know what I'm saying? My body is my first goal. My second goal, and this is, I'm gonna have to credit this goal to Brandon Moore, more about life, more about Dallas, whichever one he's on right now, is I want to pick up a hobby that I don't monetize, that I do it strictly for my personal interest.
You kind of have an idea what that might be?
Yeah. It's I'm going to learn how to play the acoustic guitar.
Oh wow!
So I've had a guitar for like 2 years now. I picked it up every month, and I went on YouTube, but I'm more like a hands-on learner.
Right.
So I need somebody to actually walk me through it. So guitar lessons. So hopefully 2021, I'll know how to play the acoustic guitar.
That's very interesting. You chose that instrument.
Yeah, man. I love.
I thought you would be a piano guy.
Nah, my fingers sit up.
Oh, you have short fingers.
Say. Let's not do this. Not in front of company, okay? Not in front of company. But yeah, piano, it's not my thing. I mean, it sounds great, but yeah, the way my hands are set up, it's not gonna work. So yeah, and then
Got it.
and then my third goal. See, none of these are actually business related, because I mean that's already said.
You have your business,
you know what I'm saying?
Stuff ready.
But my third goal is to become extremely more active with my daughter.
I see you doing that.
Yeah,
actually.
I am now. So
you're getting into TikToks with her.
TikToks,
bro. I see. You know, that's funny. During these quarantine times, a lot of parents I've seen have participated with their kids.
done the TikToks
with TikTok, or like creating a YouTube with them, or just doing something with their kid, which is so beautiful.
That's dope. And I'm a volleyball dad.
Do you be at the games like, come on,
I'll be
spike that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get her right. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get her right. So just get extremely more active. Like I said, she's 13, so I already feel like my time is ticking away, like 5 more years, and you know what I'm saying?
I do see a lot of parents who are working out now because they had kids later, right. And so they're trying to just keep up, you know. And I think it's so cool because these people I see, they're like probably like in their 45s and their kids are very young, but like they look great. They're, you know, they're like raising their kids correctly, you know, which I applaud you for that.
Nah, thank you. Yeah,
because I know, for example, like Jesse has the Dear Fathers, which is great because it gives props to dads. Mm-hmm. You know, I think a lot of times in our world we don't give props to dads. Right. We kind of down talk some of them.
Right. Yeah. No, I have seen that, so that's super dope that he's telling those stories. And for me, it's just, you know, not only just being responsible for, you know what I'm saying, but it's like, man, I created this person. Like, this person is me. So I want to give her way more opportunities than I had growing up. You know what I'm saying? So me being active is just showing her outside of me, you know what I'm saying, spoiling her with gifts and money. It's like, yo, I love you with my time. You know what I'm saying?
You can make her work for a lot of things too.
Yeah, I make her work for everything. I mean, like, it may not be like heavy, but like I remember she wanted to go shopping. So I'm like, all right, clean a grill shop, you go shopping.
I remember you posted something about that.
So I had her sweep.
So she made her work.
Yeah,
that's good. Good parenting.
Yeah, you know, sweep and, you know what I'm saying, clean the counters, and then, you know, we can go shopping. So
in 2021, where do you see yourself?
Man, I feel like in 2021, I'm going to be like finally be my complete self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in a lot of situations in the past where, you know, I've had to put other people's feelings and, you know, above my own priorities. So now I feel like I'm finally in a space to where, like, you know, I can finally be KG. I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Moving into a new place. You know, it's a creative workplace, you know what I'm saying? So work and live space. Right. So I can create at any time. I can have people come over and create. You know what I'm saying, the hobby of the guitar. So I just feel like I can just finally be me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good. You know, I think we sometimes get caught up into our brands and our doings and our businesses that we forget who we are.
Nah, for sure.
We always tune in. We always can put on our professional side, our business side, our selling, marketing side. But sometimes because we do that so often, it becomes muscle memory to automatically say, hi, I'm KG, blah, 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 Cosign. And it's like,
I'm more than that, yeah. You know
I'm KG today. I just want to be normal,
you know? Just KG, because I mean, there's a lot of other things I do, like I said. I know, like on Instagram and the social, I'm Cosign KG. That's for branding purposes. Right. But, you know, I do
outside
jewelry,
of this world,
jewelry, real estate investing, hopefully in the trucking industry. So, you know, I'm looking to expand, and, you know, and really that's just for, you know what I'm saying, just so I can comfortably do my passion projects. You know what I'm saying? Not have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, where the next check is coming in. So, you know.
Well, I respect that, and I know you're gonna do great things in 2021. Give us something to leave with that's positive, walking into the new year.
Man, this is one of my favorite quotes. One of my business partners in the past said this to me, and so shout out to Ray Salinas. And one of those quotes that inspires me and motivates me all the time is 3 words: discipline equals freedom. You know what I'm saying? So this is a new year, so we have a new 365, right? So whatever freedom you want, you know, financial freedom, health freedom, mental freedom, like whatever freedom you want, if you remain disciplined, you will reach those goals and you become free in your life. So just be disciplined. Same thing with working out. When you're disciplined, you get the results. Same thing with working in your business. The more you put into it, it's what you get out. So I'm gonna leave y'all guys with those 3 words: discipline equals freedom.
All right, you guys, and don't forget to give me your social media handle.
Cosign KG on Instagram, Facebook, KG Graham, Twitter. I have one, but I'm locked out, so I don't really be on Twitter.
What did you do?
I don't know. Don't have a Snapchat neither. But more than anything, I want you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cosign Magazine. trying to get that thing popping. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get my Becky and Unspoken Words podcast on. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all our interviews and what we have going on at Cosign.
All right, you guys, have a happy New Year's, and all right, we out.
Peace.
If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube at Becky the Poet, and then follow me on Instagram, Becky the Poet, and the podcast, Unspoken Words Podcast. All right, you guys, love ya.